对彼此觉得欣赏的点是什么？
中线哦，那时候我记得第一次在球队上碰面的时候，我就觉得哇，怎么这么壮？因为他都拖上半身在那边投篮，然后就觉得这个人是不是想怎样都不会来跟学长打招呼，还要学长过去。
我很欣赏 Jet 的。
不知道他是为了说你们欣赏，
这是你的优点啊，优点，真性情。
你们两个讲好像是就是对我的不满，而且好像不是就是对我的欣赏。问说你们有为了频道吵架过吗？
我们一开始的时候，这个可能他很常就会来，然后说，我干我很累 ，I'm so tired。可是我们在录哦，在一个 recorder 可能10次哎。
我那时候是真的很累，
因为你还在futbol。大家好 ，Welcome back to Joe and Jet 未过滤的 with Jason。我们今天有一个很特别的来宾，我们第2个洋将 Kenny 曼尼高。What's up? Kenny is a back-to-back P League steals leader. He's the only player ever to have a quadruple-double, which is insane. Congrats on those.
I appreciate that.
You are from South Carolina.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, like people that grow up like in the West Coast, growing up in California, like we know nothing about the East Coast.
Yeah.
So like to me, North Carolina and South Carolina is like, I mean, to me, it's like the same,
right?
But
yeah.
I'm sure it's not. But how did that influence you growing up in South Carolina?
I mean, South Carolina is it's a state for football and baseball. Like, not too many people come out for basketball. So growing up, I tried to play baseball.
1 year.
1 year. Yeah. I struck out every time in coach pitch. I knew that wasn't my thing. And then I played football for a little while. Played a little bit in high school. I played wide receiver, but in my sophomore year, one of my teammates broke his leg in half, and Monday I quit. I didn't go back.
Yeah.
Went ahead and turned in my pads. So I mean, basketball was my thing. I didn't have to worry about getting hurt like that. I like being indoors. My brothers, they're 8 years older than me, so they would always take me to the Charleston Air Force Base, and we would go play pickup every Saturday and Sunday. So I kind of fell in love with it then. They put the basketball in my hands. That was it.
What age would you say you started playing?
I mean, I was playing in the driveway probably like 3 or 4 years old.
So you're kind of touching every sport when you're little.
Yeah. In the neighborhood, playing baseball, like I said, playing a little bit of football, playing basketball, doing a little bit of everything. Like my first basketball goal, my grandfather actually built for me. I have to show you a picture. It's a rim nailed to a tree. That was my first basketball goal. So that's probably why
that's kind of cool
for me to shoot. Yeah.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings. I have 2 older brothers and a younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did your dad play a lot with you guys?
All right. So my mom and dad split when I was young. I remember watching him playing when I was younger. But other than that, it was me and my mom and my stepdad. I would go watch my stepdad play in his little men's league when I was young. My mom would come out and shoot with me a little bit, but she wasn't that great. So
mostly brothers.
Yeah. When they would come back from school or whatever.
Were you more like a street baller, like back in the day, or you already in school and did the formal training?
I wouldn't say street baller, because when I think of street ball, I'm thinking And1 mixtape.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't do the workouts or anything like that. I would just play pickup all the time. I would just be out in the driveway shooting on my own. Yeah.
What was the motivation for you to play basketball? Was it just for fun?
At first it was for fun, and then all the men in my family, they're all military, and I didn't want to fuck with the military at all. And then my mom, she always worked multiple jobs, so it was I didn't want to work either. I didn't want to do a 9 to 5 or anything like that. Basketball, I've seen people that made a lot of money playing basketball. So I was all right, I'm just going to stick to playing basketball and see where it takes me from there.
what age where you feel like basketball is your thing, like you want to play basketball for as
Like
a profession?
really pursue it.
Yeah.
I think we started an AAU team probably when we were about 7 or 8. So up until then, like I thought I was the shit, right? Like, like we're better than everybody in our little area. But then we traveled and we started getting our ass kicked.
Like AAU?
Like AAU, yeah. So I mean, I think once I started seeing like other kids that were pretty good and like all of the like hype behind their name or whatever, I think like it just made me want to, you know, get that hype behind my name as well.
Did you have like a rank in high school?
My senior year, I think in South Carolina, I was the #1 point guard.
You play point guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I went to Wichita State, I was the #1 recruit coming into the conference for my year.
Then how did your family view you, like you want to pursue the basketball for your profession? Because in Taiwan it's very different. In Taiwan, like all the parents think like playing sport has no future.
Yeah.
Like you should just like study and go to school and then get like a stable job.
Right.
But it's very different from like Taiwan and US, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with my family, like they always just wanted us to do what we wanted to do. They didn't push me to you know, go to school to get like a certain degree to get this job or anything. Like they want their kids to be happy. So like they saw that I had love and joy for basketball. So it was like, all right, if you love it, like, you know, do what you need to do to get to the next level to be the best that you can be.
Were they like, but you still got to focus on grades because if it doesn't work out.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But they gave me a lot of leadway. Like they trusted that with school, like I was doing my thing with school, but I wasn't. Yeah.
So you put all your eggs in one basket.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Did you have like trainers growing? Like did they give?
Nah. I didn't have any training.
It was kind of just playing with your brothers.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about training or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say like your stepfather is the like biggest impact for you, like to pursue basketball career?
I think he had a big part of it for sure. But my family in general, everybody they pushed me to play basketball. Yeah.
Okay.
Did your brothers ever try to play like in other sports or basketball?
Yeah. My oldest brother Kendricks, he was a great football player in high school. They won state in football. But he didn't go to school for football. That's a different story. Then my other brother Kenton, he was he ran track. And when he got to college, he ran track as well. But then I think a year or two after them being in college, they both went to the military. Yeah.
Okay. Well, earlier you did mention about you were ranked #1 point guard last year of your high school.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you guys won 4 years in a row. Let's talk about that journey a little bit.
I mean, first of all, like I went to a private school, so it wasn't like public school. And I think in like Cali, I think y'all have it to where there's like one state champion. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for us, like you had different regions. Like so, I was the top private school league in our state, and we won 4 years straight with that. But I had a teammate that was a McDonald's All-American named Milton Jennings. He went to Clemson, and like we were just stacked, man. Like I think 4 of us went D1 for basketball. One of them went to D1 for soccer. Some went for football. So we were just a stacked, like, athletic team. And our coach was pretty good. He put everybody in their right positions to you know, do what they needed to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, were you guys like you guys were just killing
We were killing everybody until we went our senior year. We went and played Oak Hill. They fucking smacked us. I think we lost by like 30 or something like that. So that was like a wake up call for us for that. But in the state of South Carolina, like we were killing everybody we were playing for. Public school, private school, it didn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as a ranked #1 point guard in the state, did that help you in your recruiting going to college, NCAA?
Yeah, there was a lot of schools that were interested in me. But like I said, like I wasn't good in class.
Okay.
Like I struggled with just sitting in class and paying attention or whatever. So like when schools wanted to get my transcripts, like they turned the other way. It was like, yeah, nah, we're good on that. Like just for me to get to Wichita, the assistant coach had to come to Charleston for a couple months to help me do like some summer classes just so that I can get into the school. Yeah, so school was my downfall.
What would you say was like your dream school?
I always wanted to go to South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big school besides Clemson that's in South Carolina. My mom graduated from there. My high school coach's son that played EuroLeague, that's where he went. So it was like, I wanted, and it's close to home. Yeah. So that was like my dream school. Yeah.
Okay. So you transfer after your 1 year of college.
Yeah.
You know, why?
I mean, it was a mutual agreement between me and the coach.
Okay.
When I took my official visit to Wichita, like, I remember Greg Marshall asking me, like, do you like to work hard? Hell no. I don't like, nah, like, I just put my shoes on and go hoop.
Right.
And he told me, like, I mean, in order for you to make it, like, you're going to have to work hard. So, I mean, it went in one ear, out the other, and got there, didn't work. So we had the meeting, decided for me to transfer. I actually transferred twice. So I went to a Division II school, South Carolina, Aiken. I think I played 7 games and got ineligible after 7 games. And then I just sat there for like a year and a half, 2 years. And then from there, I went to NAIA. And, I mean, I buckled down and got everything done then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ineligible because of grades?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything's grades, bro. Everything.
Yeah, everything gotta be grades.
Great.
High school and college.
High school, college,
it gotta be grades.
Who, like, was there anyone in college that you played against that you're like, damn, like,
In college. Yeah.
different?
My senior year, we played against Kentucky, and that's when they went undefeated. So they had, like, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, Harrison twins.
Was it like a preseason game?
Yeah, preseason game. So when I played against Devin Booker, I was like, yo, this motherfucker. He's like 6'7", but moving out there like a fucking point guard, bro. Like, everything just looks so easy to him. So I think him, like, he got it.
Yeah. He does have it.
Still got it.
Still got it.
What about high school?
John Wall.
Oh, you played against John Wall?
Man, he gave us 40, and probably 25 of that was off of free throws because we were
Too
just
fast.
Too
But
fast.
you fast.
Everybody. Exactly. Faster than me. So fast.
Well, at that time, you know, when you're in college, I mean, how do you view yourself? Like, you know, what you gonna do for your career? Like, basketball ever came to mind, or?
Yeah, basketball. Like, in high school, I knew, like, everybody has a dream of wanting to play in the NBA. But my high school coach's son was this big time player in EuroLeague. So, like, he opened our eyes up to playing overseas. So I knew, like, if I didn't make it to the NBA, like, I'm fine with going overseas. Like, you get to see new countries, get to learn about new cultures or whatever. So, I mean, yeah.
So you kind of already had that idea.
Yeah.
Because, like, that was never, like, coming here to play was never an idea.
Yeah.
Until I actually came. Because I came with my brother and we started, like, looking at, or just practicing with teams.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, shoot, there's a league and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
I was like,
Nah, he opened my eyes up to that, man. Like, he would come back on his off season and give us, like, his shorts, his jerseys or whatever. There'll be times where Coach Edson would be in his office watching his games. So, I mean, he opened up our eyes, like, you know, if you don't make it to the league, you can still make a decent amount of money in Europe or Asia or whatever. Yeah.
what would you say is the most rebellious thing that you did? It could be, like, when you're young, or it could be, like, college. Anytime, I guess.
Most rebellious thing would probably be, I mean, I lied a lot. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I would do, like, with school. Like, my mom, dad, then would ask me, like, hey, have you done your classwork? You done your homework or whatever? Oh, yeah, I've done everything. Report card comes, so what's been going on? Well, he's not turning in his homework. He's not, you know, taking his test or whatever. Or I'm taking my test, but I'm not passing the test.
Yeah.
So I think, lying was probably mine.
But they never, like, clamp down on you for that? Like, okay, like, you come home with a bad report card and it's like, all right, this next semester we're gonna be on you.
Yeah, for sure. They did that, and I'll be like, I think the first, like, week or two, I'll be like,
good.
You know, I'm good. And the teacher's saying, like, oh yeah, he's made a great change. Once they say that, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Good.
Chilling now.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the moment you would say, I would probably guess it's college, from the way that you described it, but what was the moment that made you, like, grow up and, like, mature?
Yeah, it's probably when I got to Pikeville, because I think that's the NAIA school I went to. I think up until that point, like, I was allowing people to tell me what they thought was best for me, and then going off of that instead of making the decision for myself. So when I went to Pikeville, like I made that decision on my own, and I knew that's where I wanted to go. And then when I got there, like my coach, Kelly Wells, like he was just phenomenal. Like he wasn't one of those coaches who was like, fuck you, do this, fuck, you know. He was like one of those, like, if you're working hard, like, it's going to reward you. Like, just keep putting the work in, and the reward will show.
So would you say, like, when you say work hard, like, were you working way harder at Pikeville versus Wichita?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay. 100%. Like, I was getting up, my assistant coach, Matt Brinkman, he was waking me up, like, 6 in the morning. We were going to do hill workouts. We were doing, like, 2 workouts a day. So he kind of, like, instilled that, like, that mindset of just trying to outwork people or whatever.
Do you wish you had that in your first year?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I feel like if I had that before, like, I don't know, it might be a
have
different story.
Been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you graduated college, how was that process for you, like deciding where to go and play? Or like you kind of in your 4th year, did you already know like, yeah, I'm probably gonna play overseas, or am I gonna try to pursue, like, I think there's like NBA invitationals and stuff like that?
Yeah. No, I didn't think I was going to get invited to like NBA invitation, just because like I went to NAIA school and they, you know, people look down on NAIA schools or whatever. But yeah, I had a feeling that I would go overseas. I didn't think I would be still playing to this day overseas, because a lot of my teammates that went overseas, I think they lasted like 2 or 3 years, and they hung it up after that. So yeah, I mean, I knew I would go overseas. I just didn't know for how long. Yeah.
Like, how was that process? Like, who did you talk to? Or, like, did your coach get you involved in that?
Yeah, Coach Wells, he put me in contact with my first agent, Mike Barron, that's based out of Germany. And then another agent, I can't remember his name right now. But, yeah, Coach Wells helped me talk to agents and figure out, like, which ones I wanted to work with. And then I try to have it for my family, like, you know, help me with that decision. But again, like, I think I allowed them to steer me in the direction that they wanted me to go in, instead of going with what I wanted to do. So, like, that agent I signed with, Connor Black, and he had me going to this league in Vegas, like, called the Mary League, and then, like, it folded before it even started. Like, guy was embezzling money or something like that. That's when I reached back out to Coach Wells, like, yo, like, you know, I still want to go overseas. I thought I was going to go play in Vegas in this new league. It's not working out. Like, can you help me? And then he reconnected me with Mike Barron. And then, yeah, I got to Australia from there.
How did it feel like getting your first professional contract? Like, how did your family react?
Everybody was excited. Like, I was excited. It wasn't that much money, but, I mean, it's still, like, I'm doing what I love. I love playing basketball, and I get to do it getting paid a little bit of money to do it. So I think everybody was relieved. Like, they saw all of the stuff that I went through, you know, the previous 6 years or whatever. And for me to finally get what I've been working for, like, just a blessing, really. Yeah.
So your first stop was like in Australia, like after the college. How do you feel like when you first got off the plane, like, oh, this is, you know, overseas, like professional after college? How do you feel?
I mean, I felt great, but then I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Like, I can't call my parents and be like, "Hey, like, can you come get me?" or anything like that. Like, I'm so far away from home, but at the same time, like, I was still excited. Like, going there, like, the fans, they're not like Taiwanese fans, but they still, like, it's a small town and they back their team or whatever. So they were like open arms. So it made me feel way more comfortable being there or whatever.
How many teams were in the league? It's just one league in Australia?
Nah. This wasn't even like the top league. Like, this was such a bullshit league. Like, we practiced Tuesday and Thursdays, and then everybody else like had jobs.
Oh wow!
But now they turned it into like their top league is NBL, and now it's like NBL 1. So it's like their G League for their top league now. But when I was there, like, yeah, we practiced twice a week. Nothing else to do.
I see.
Yeah.
How many years did you play there?
Just one.
Just one year.
The hell out of there, yeah.
So how did you feel like playing in Australia? Do you feel like it's like completely different world compared to the US?
Yeah, for sure. And I think in a sense of like the focal point of the team was just like the imports, because like I said, like the locals, they all had fucking 9 to 5s for real. So they're coming in like when they get off of work and trying to practice. So they didn't care as much. So yeah, I think that's what made it a little different.
That reminds me a little bit of like tying.
Taiwan
Bank,
Bank.
back in SBL, like their players would play, but then they'd also work at the bank.
Man, yeah, see.
But but they're still good. It's just like they're working double. I'm like,
they offer for me to work at fucking Toyota to wash cars. Nah.
It's very similar. Like when I go to Germany, I play like the second league or third league, I couldn't remember, and it was just exactly like your situation. Like all my teammates, they all had job except me.
Yeah.
So I was like just full-time basketball player, and the rest, they all had job, and they all come in like, you know, sometimes they look fucking tired.
Yeah.
And it'll be like
weird.
It's kind of weird because in my mind I feel like it's, you know, everybody is like professional basketball player.
Yeah.
But you know, some other like they have job, and some they just didn't care.
Yeah.
So can you share like how many country you actually play? Like your first stop was Australia,
First
right?
stop Australia, and then I went to Poland. I was in Finland after that for 2 years. ABL after Finland.
Macau.
From
ABL
Macau.
was 2 years.
Nah, just 1 year. Just the COVID year.
Oh,
That's the only
the
year that
same
you
year
played?
that we were in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the only year y'all were in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe there was the year before.
Nah, I wasn't there. I was So Macau,
Finland, and
then Macau, and then from Macau I went to Israel, and then Israel played in Canada that summer. Canada went back to Finland, and then China for a brief stint, and then here.
And did you know that? Because Joe told us that he's actually the one like got you here in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh.
You don't think so?
No, I'm just asking you because I gotta ask you in person.
That's the direct source.
Yeah.
Well,
if it wasn't for Joe, I damn sure would not be here.
Yeah, Joe shared with me about it. I was like, oh my God, now Fubon's in for a challenge.
But what's crazy?
And it's when I left too. I was like,
Yeah, that's when you left. But he's like, yo, I'm gonna get Kenny. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, so after ABL shut down, that off season before P League started, somebody from Fubon hit me up about coming.
Probably me.
so you were in you said China for a brief stint.
Yeah.
When I asked you though, where were you at?
China.
Or I didn't ask you.
Nah, with James.
But I had James. Yeah.
I was in China.
You were in China at the
Yeah,
time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not CBA though.
It's a NBL.
Nah, hell no. It was a 3-on-3 league.
Okay.
Super 3.
Okay.
Yeah. But I never got to play a game. I was there for like 3 months. Never played a game because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because like our coach back then would always talk about you like scared. Like when we played Macau. Yeah. I think I told you this before. But
who was your teammate? Like the point guard?
Mike McKinney.
Yeah.
He was nice. He could really score the ball.
Yeah.
But like for you, it was like, okay, look, if anyone is guarded by Kenny Manigault, don't dribble.
Yeah, I remember he said, "Don't dribble."
Don't dribble.
But like if Kenny guarding you, don't dribble. Just let someone else to
someone else bring up the ball.
Yeah,
he's gonna take your cookies. So that was like, that was in my mind. Like that's all I could remember about that year. But keep going.
So in your opinion, like which country is most competitive?
I feel like when I was in Poland, there was a lot of teams that were playing in like Euro Cup or Champions League. So I think I could say Poland. But at that time, like I was terrible. I think I averaged like 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist or something like that. So everybody seemed like they were fucking like just great at basketball at that point in time. Playing here in Taiwan, it just depends on which league we're in, for real, in my opinion.
Which league you think is better?
Because then like you got to look at how like the locals are in that country as well. So like here, like y'all guys played, you say you played in Germany, like Joe, you're a great player as well, but then you go to these other countries and some of these locals just like they're not good. Like we got locals on our team that plays on the national team or whatever, So in a sense, like, if you look at it just from the local standpoint, I think this league is one of the most competitive when it comes to that. And then as far as for like the imports, I think imports that come to this league, they think they just run shit for real. So they try to go get theirs, where over in Europe, like this, it's more like a system or whatever. So I don't know. So that's a tough question, like, just to give a straightforward answer to. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been to a lot of countries. You play a lot of, different type levels of leagues.
Right.
Any on and off the courts, like memorable moments that, like, okay, in which country, things like that.
I think I almost quit in Poland just because my coach was a dick, man. Like,
But you played there 2 times.
No, 1 year.
Oh, just 1 year?
Yeah,
Okay.
He was
Like
just,
dick how?
man, like, so one time we were in shoot around, right? It's early as fuck in the morning, and I yawned. He looked at me. Bro, he looks at me, get the fuck off. Why? You're yawning. Like, there's no point for you to yawn. You
You're
didn't
not
sleep
ready.
last night?
Yeah.
2 seconds later, the captain of the team yawns, and the coach looks at me and laughs. But he just, I don't know, it was just something, like, I don't know what I did to him. Like, I couldn't, if his family came to the game, I was the only one that wasn't allowed to say hi to them. If I
What?
Bro, like, it was weird. If I had my shirt off, like...
Were you the only like black guys on the team?
Nah, I wasn't. But I was the rookie, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But if I had like my shirt,
But you count as import.
yeah. But that was my first time in Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had my shirt off, I would make comments like, oh, "Damn, if I had that, I would be in the NBA right now."
Oh, wow. God, that's wild.
Damn.
Nah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, that year was pretty tough for me for damn sure. Remember, I mean, obviously us winning the championship last year. That's probably my favorite moment as of now. Yeah.
Have you actually get in conflicts with anybody on the court or off the court, during your career so far?
People don't like going up against Kenny, so.
Yeah, I feel like,
Yeah, well, it could be on the court, like, just,
I mean, I
talking
feel like,
back and forth,
yeah,
or,
but see, that's the thing. Like, I don't talk shit.
Right.
Right, Joe? I don't talk shit.
Yeah, you don't really.
Yeah, I don't. But people would start talking shit to me in a heartbeat.
Okay.
And I don't know why. But I think the biggest thing was obviously last year with Alec Brown. I don't know if you can say all that.
Yeah,
But
I think
yeah.
so.
yeah, with Alec Brown, like,
Him. Yeah.
Oh, the pilot?
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
like, I don't. One time he tried to like just take me out when I'm running down the court. So, like, I went after him a little bit, and I got kicked out of the game. And obviously, I don't know if y'all seen the picture. I'm flipping the camera off.
Right.
Got suspended for that. So I think like, I think that's the biggest like on the court issue that I've had.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about fans? Is there any like a fans talk shit?
Yeah, I had
Joe's laughing,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
No, I remember him posting one crazy comment
last year.
from a
I think
fan.
think it was against.
And that guy was also talking ish to me too.
I think it was against Lioneers or Dreamers. It's one of those.
Oh, okay. Probably Lioneers.
Call me.
I was gonna say
You were on the
Yeah. No, Lioneers fans.
Hey,
they
they're fucking
crazy.
aggressive, man.
They talk.
Lioneers.
Yeah,
crazy.
but I'm saying he got a crazy
message. Yeah, they call me like a black cunt nigga or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah.
That's more than disrespectful,
That's
bro.
bad.
That's like
Terrible.
we're fighting on
Yeah,
site.
right, right.
Like,
Damn.